Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Hangout. Um, it's my pleasure to host for this evening. And I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Shayla Singh. I'm being mentored and loved by Ashok and Smita Singh. And of course, my beautiful diamonds are Sid and Roop. So we have a good agenda for you guys tonight. And the first item, how to go from DT to MG1, MG2, board plan for businesses online and offline. I've been in the business for about 5, 6 years now, but I'm still finding this difficult. So I'm looking forward to Team Winnipeg with Gurjot. She's one of my favorite speakers. So it's a really good treat to start off for tonight. So yeah, Gurjot, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Shyla, and good evening, everybody. I'm Gurjot from Winnipeg, Canada, and happy Friday night to be with winners who are here to learn and grow their business. And thank you to our Diamond leadership, Sid and Roop Ganguly, for always making the time so we can all come together this evening and learn. And my topic today is DTM to MG to the board plan, and it's not going to be a presentation like so slides and none of that. It's going to be very interactive, and I would love to have everyone here be participative with me today. None of us would be here if we weren't DTM'd, which means someone dropped the message or invited us. And I'll cover a bit of offline stuff today, but mostly it'll be like in person. And the beautiful thing, the first thing for us to understand is between us and 25 people we don't yet know is financial freedom, right? And Sid and Roop Ganguly, our mentors, they're a living example of that. So anything I learned today that I'm going to share, it's by not just listening to what they say, but observing how they are with people. Because there's a lot also that goes in the way they say it. And I've also learned this from our amazing leadership in this team, Ashok and Smita, Arvind and Poonam, and my upline, Sachin. So there's a lot of not just what we say, but the way we say it. And it's actually really easy. It's not as terrifying as we think. And I say this as somebody who started my business being very terrified of talking to people. I was like, yeah, my father sponsored me into business. He said very simple things to me. He said, it's a great opportunity that you should do. You should never be dependent on more than one source of income. And he said, you should learn from people who have results you don't have in life and learn how they think. So I was already sold before I even started the business. And I saw that as a way of thinking. And so many people around us, we're all very much aware people have financial problems all around us. So being able to drop the message, sometimes you may feel that you don't have something to offer because you started the business to create for yourself financial flexibility and freedom. But that's the very reason we need to be dropping the message and we need to be sharing. Because if we're not talking with people, if we're not sharing with people, we are not helping people and we're not creating results for ourselves. So the number one thing we need to understand is we actually can do this ourselves. The first time I ever showed a plan, for example, showed the business plan, and that Sid and Roop were actually involved in showing that plan for me, that person never got started. And they registered as customer, but they never even bought anything. And I thought that if that person met my mentors who have success, they would definitely get started. But I've actually had a lot more success when I show the plan myself, right? So the first thing is we have that power in all of us. Why? Because showing the plan from the point of dropping the message, getting to know somebody, doing the meet and greet, which is sharing the concept of the business, and then sharing the board plan of the business. What that is that is being relatable. That is being a real person to the other person. Think of how you were introduced to this business. Think of why you said yes, and all of us can probably relate to this. Okay, so of course, offline, I will get to probably just a wrap up at the end. But the very first, I'm going to call Temi Tope from my team in Saskatoon to join me. Hi, Temi Tope.
Hi, Gurjot. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to our Friday night hangout. I'm very proud of you as your mentor for how you are always associating in our team meetings, and I'm so looking forward to when we meet again because we build business together long distance. But what I would love if you can share with everyone today, you can introduce yourself and your background, but can you also share what it was like from your perspective being connected with, because I met you on LinkedIn, what it was like being connected with, what it was like learning about the business, what was your thought process? If you could share that with everybody, please go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Temi Tope Adewumi. My background, I have a fourth degree in marketing, and I have a master's in branding and packaging, and currently working as a travel counselor. I met Gurjot on LinkedIn. She messaged me on the LinkedIn, and I was open to an opportunity to learn new business. Anything that is business, I'm down to business. So she sold the business to me, and she invited me for a short time Zoom meeting, and we had a Zoom meeting. I'm going to say something that is a bit funny because while myself and Gurjot were having meeting, my husband overheard that I was talking to him, and he came out, "Who are you talking to? Why are you giving so much information?" Like, so I was like, "Don't worry, I trust her. My instincts trust her," and that's how we started. And she's been a very good coach and mentor. She has actually taught me a lot of things, and joining the meeting every Friday makes me believe there's something I can actually achieve, and I can actually build more in the business. And I think that's all for now.
Thank you, Temi Tope. And before you go, do you remember what so I just simply sent you a message that said, "Are you open to opportunities outside of your career?" Right? That was our first message. And you said yes. So the first thing, this is what we call dropping the message. And for everyone here, the first thing you're checking is just if the person you're talking to is interested. So we need to remove from our brain that we have to convince everybody they should do this business. It's very simple. Are you interested in learning about what I have to share or no? So she was. And then Temi Tope, we had a meeting. So we live in different cities. And through this, we shared, or we had a discussion. So I think one thing to really like share here is that we have to take away convincing mindset when we are doing this whole process, from introducing someone to the business, discussing the business with them, sharing the business plan with them. We don't need to be convincing people. We need to become experts in discussion and sharing what we're doing in a relatable way, right? Like, so number one, had I not ever brought it up with you, you wouldn't be here with me today. So we need to be bringing up this business with people, right? Otherwise, we'll never know where they stand. Second, when we bring it up with people, we need to do it in a way where that person should feel they can also do it too. What do you say, Temi Tope?
Yeah, I think you have to convince yourself within yourself that you can actually achieve something within the business, not just listening to people and you think a miracle can happen within a twinkle of an eye. You need to build the business and have the mindset at the back of your mind that you can actually achieve it. And it starts from you trying to look at the home from your own supplies, what you can get from your business, that you can divert your grocery to your business, and you can make profit from your business and still be in business as well. I think it's beyond you being persuaded to be into the business. It's more of your own personal conviction.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Temi Tope. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and this was her debut speaking in our combined PACE meeting. She's been showing excellent leadership. I'm very proud of you. Keep it up. So yeah, so I love that. So now we have determined we have to be a real person when we're talking to people. Can I have any volunteer here who has had a recent objection? Like, has someone just said flat out no to you when you brought up the business with them? Yes, my upline, Sachin. Okay. Sachin, can I ask, and Lakshay, can I ask you both to unmute yourself, please, and let's have a quick share on what happened, please.
Lakshay, you can go first.
Okay, thank you, Sachin.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just recently I tried to drop the message to someone. It was nothing. I know that I did my part. I did everything right. I just met someone. I talked to him for a good while. He was studying from UCW, that's University Canada West. It's in Vancouver. I talked to him for a good while. He had this thing in his mind that I'm from India. I want to do something. I want to get a business done. I want to get this done. I want to get that done. But they don't have any direction. When I presented the opportunity to them, they were like, "Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have this." A similar case happened to me. I was traveling in an Uber. I talked to the Uber driver about it. He was studying in UBC actually. And then he said, "I don't have the time in my life because I want to get that done." When do they want to get that done? They don't have any plan for that. So
that's awesome. First of all, everyone, virtual high five to Lakshay for doing the hardest thing, which is just bringing up the business in the first place. You know, way to go, Lakshay. And I love that you have already said, okay, I understand this has happened. Now, from that, what was your lesson when you take away, instead of me, lecturing you, what did you take away from that?
What I took away was that people do want something. Everyone is looking for something. Like we say that Canada is the land of opportunities, right? But when the opportunity is presented to someone, they're not willing to take it. And that is something that I exactly say in my DTMs as well. I tell them that, hey, you're here looking for opportunities. That's what I'm providing you for. If you have the time, then let's sit down and talk.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Lakshay. Yeah, thank you. And Sachin, hello.
Hello.
I'd love to hear what happened recently where you got to know.
Sure, thank you so much. So basically this happened this Tuesday when we had the VS, and I had been to Burger King and I dropped my business card. I said, I'm expanding my business. If you're interested in doing something on the side, here's my phone number. And I told the person that I don't need your phone number because it should be you contacting me. Like, I'm looking for, I'm very selective. If you decide, then you call. So it just happened that before the BS, that person called me and she told me that, do you have any job? I said, I think you misunderstood. This is not about job, but I can change your life. And we have a session in 2 hours. Can you come? She said, sure. So I sent her the invite and everything. And the beauty about this business is that when you're dealing with people, you understand what kind of energy the person is carrying, the energy, vibration, the facial expressions. And during the whole, like, she joined the meeting, and within 15 minutes, the moment the Amway slide came, she dropped off. And I was constantly looking at her face, and not to judge her, but I was trying to look at her facial expressions. And the moment she dropped, I dropped a message to her saying that, I'm sorry, I did not know that you gave up too fast. I don't have anything for you. Job is the only way you can probably make a living, but this is something way more than job. And I don't think I can help you out because I don't work with people who give up so fast. And she replied to me and she said, yeah, it's Amway. I said, yeah, but I didn't even tell you how it could change your life. And I said, I don't care. But if you know anyone who is not like you, who will not give up in their life, send me the phone number and I can contact them. So the lesson to be learned here is that this business is not made for everyone, but you don't give up. You just keep on trying, and you will find people who are like-minded. And if you carry the positive energy, those kind of people will get attracted to you. The energy has to match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so a great example. Thank you so much, Sachin. Sachin sponsored my father, who sponsored me, and we're in business together today. And he just reached out to my father, said Happy Diwali. Then when it was replied, he brought up the business. My father was looking at that time, so he was agreeable to see the business. So I think it's a great example, and thank you so much for dropping the message to our family, Sachin. But it's a great example of how it's just like very relatable. It's just like, hey, like, where are you at in life right now? Is this something that you can consider? And that is a great example. So that lady was clearly not in a considering position. So we don't need to be taking that personally. So the rules, thank you, Sachin. The rules we have learned so far, that I'm going to recap here, is that, are you being a relatable person? Are you checking the interests of the person you're talking to? And this is the whole process when we go drop the message, meet and greet, and board plan. And so an impression, say like my very first launch was at a Tim Hortons at 11 p.m. at night on a Sunday, and it was also the last day of the month of May. I remember it vividly. So imagine that whole month I had tried a few times to drop the message, bring up the business, and I had failed. One thing we need to understand is talking to people is a necessary progress to understand how to get a lot of numbers later. So our A and B list is only so many people. The C list is an infinite amount of people. We need to make sure our A and B list are not someone else's business, and we need to learn how to become a very communicative and relatable person with a C list. So here are 2 books recommended by BWW. So one is Everyone Communicates If You Connect by John Maxwell. This is basically a great book when it comes to, don't just say to someone, are you interested in a business, and just explain the business. If you want to connect and we want to reach with more people and bring them to the board plan, because at the end of the day, the real business is in how many board plans we show to expand our network. When we're expanding our network, we're growing. All of us are a product of someone expanding their network. And our goal as a team, as a unit here under the Ganguly banner, is to have every single one of us create a platinum business or beyond. So to do that, networking is a part of the formula. So we need to understand, like when I shared that story with all you guys, that Sid and Roop showed the plan for me and that person didn't get started. What were my takeaways from that? It's not about having the results and being fancy or having money that people will be attracted to you only then. People will relate to you more where you are in life right now. And if you can be who you are right now and you connect that with them, that'll work just fine. Even just last night, I was able to collect 1, 2, 3 numbers in the span of less than 10 minutes by simply saying hello to people. And then I was on a run. So this is the script I use. Hi, what's your name? My name is Gurjot. Do you stay in this area? Because I'm asking them, this is a generic thing. What area you're in? Do you stay in this area? The reason I'm asking, so I tell them I'm already preempting. You see, I'm preempting everything. They may be wondering, why is she talking to me? So I'm saying the reason I'm asking is because I am looking for connections in this area to expand my business. It's something, so I'm already preempting if the word business comes up. It's something you can do on a part-time basis. So the concern of time should already be knocked out. It's something you do on a part-time basis. I'm looking for select individuals, just like Sachin mentioned, the selection. And it may or may not be something for you. So you're taking out this mental pressure they will already create for themselves, that they need to say yes or no to you right away. You're inviting them to learn about the business. So you say it may or may not be for you. I work with people of various professional backgrounds. So I'm already making it relatable to whatever field they're in. What do you do? Learn about them. What do you do? It's as important to ask questions as it is to learn about them as it is to receive questions that people will ask you as well. So we're becoming experts of discussion. So you listen to what they do. You say, okay, they may come up. What hours do you work? So when we're dropping the message in person, oftentimes our meet and greet is already covered. You know, we're saying, what do you do? Okay. What's your schedule like? You know, I'm looking for a part-time. I think it's important to have more than one source of income. You're bringing value to the table. I learned from mentors, and it's a great organization to be a part of. You're bringing value to the team. Let's exchange contact information and be in touch and figure out a day and time we can discuss further and see if it's the right fit. So you're creating and establishing the board plan. Does that make sense, everybody? So that would be a script I use, a generic script for GCM to the board plan right away. And then I think I saw Simranjeet. Can you quickly unmute yourself and say hello? And then we'll just finish off with the offline here.
Like my introduction.
Yeah. Hi, Simranjeet.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Good, thank you.
My name is Simranjeet Kaur. Currently, I am working as a security guard. So I pursue my studies at University of Winnipeg. I feel myself very happy that God has given me this opportunity to serve humanity. So one day I'll also be a guest speaker here, and I'll definitely honor my God, my parents, and my mentor.
Yeah, thank you, Simran.
Sorry about that. I'm just like on job. I have to do the patrolling and I have to attend meeting also.
No problem. The reason I asked her to quickly talk, even though she's at job, she's a great mentee. She's been a great student of the business and our system. But Simranjeet is someone I met before she was catching her bus. So we met in person. So if you can, for a quick minute, can you explain to everyone from your perspective how that worked? Because like what I said, what made you decide? Because the board plan didn't happen that same week, that same month. It happened a few months later, actually. Go ahead.
So my main motive is to like be a backbone for my family. So I have to prove myself as a son. So for that, I have to make my financial situation very strong so that whenever my parents come to Canada, they don't have to think twice to buy anything. Whatever they want to buy or wherever they want to go, they can. Yeah.
Thank you, Simran.
So what I believe is like the reason for starting any business, like your why should be very strong enough. So if your why is strong, then only you can like go ahead in anything, no matter business or job or anything.
So you were already looking when I met you as well. Yeah. And what made you interested to see the business presentation?
Actually, like I was looking for something that gives me financial freedom, because like after getting my PR, I'm planning to buy a home and a car also. So that these things are not possible if I am like doing normal jobs or whatever. So in a business, a person is financially like stable. He or she doesn't have to, go out in extreme weathers. Like in Winnipeg, we know how hard it is during snow. Yeah. It's like a big work at home opportunity. So everyone should go for it. And even if the things are not going in according to you, don't worry. Just believe in God, do meditation every day, and make yourself, your country, your parents proud.
Yes, very well said. Thank you, Simran, and also welcome to your first time talking in our combined PACE meeting. So I will just so as she said, when I met her, she was already looking. So we need to identify people are looking or not looking, and the people who are not looking, educating them on why more than one source of income is important is a key to being able to show the business plan. I hope that makes sense. And as I wrap up here, I want to give a shout out to my team, because there are winners in my team who show their own plans, and we can all do it. So shout out to Chris Weeb, Bong Profeta, and Comedy Con, who show their own plans on a day-to-day basis and are looking for networking and expansion and building their own platinum ships. And that's something we can all look ahead for as well. I think that if it's the scariest thing to you right now in your business is talking to people, I think it's really it's like the easiest thing you can do. It doesn't cost money to talk to people. It just takes a little bit of willingness to get out of your comfort zone. And we should all be encouraging it more and more so that we can break pins in the new fiscal year and everything. And I'm sorry, my time is up. If you guys want, I can show my offline quickly. Should I do that? Or should we? Okay, so let me show my offline quickly to everyone. Basic. So, okay. So these are my most recent. So I use the LinkedIn platform. So this guy here, Shubham, I send a generic message. So what I do is I'll open up a tab of a person, send out generic messages, and I'll say hello and then their name. My name is Gurjot from Winnipeg, so you can replace that with your name. I'm exploring some connections to expand my business team. Are you open to any opportunities outside of your current field that would not interfere with your career? I'm associated with many professionals of different backgrounds. Okay. And he said, hey, good to hear. I want to know more about this. And this was on Sunday. Nice to hear back from you. In this case, I just went straight to book a meeting. So I said, thank you for your patience. I was not out of town. Here's a tip for everybody. I was not technically out of town, but I did not see this message because I had like other things I was doing until later. So then I replied to him. In that case, let's schedule a time in the near future to connect via video and discuss specifics. This would not be a commitment meeting, but an information exchange to help determine if it's a compatible fit. I'm flexible. And then he said Wednesday afternoon. Okay, I booked it. Next thing, this person I'm actually going to be doing a follow-up with tonight after our PACE meeting. So I said the same message. And then I said the same. Okay, I just booked a meeting. And I just showed, FYI, in both of these meetings, I just showed the business plan right away. I didn't even do a meet and greet. And in this case, this lady, Inderpal, she's interested. So I said, nice to hear back from you. And I said, in that case, let's schedule a time in the near future to discuss. So if they ask for more information, I'll give a conceptual plan. We're in online shopping industry. We work with professionals in various backgrounds, blah, blah. If they just say they're interested, I said, in that case, let's book a meeting. Does anyone have any questions for me? No. So thank you guys so much for your attention. I'll just wrap up by saying, who was at the conference in the Canada conference? Yeah. So the conference, we had two amazing panels on the last day, diamond women and then diamond men. And they covered the topics we're talking about today. And one thing with the DTM topic, I remember specifically when Sid and Colleen were talking, they said, okay, in terms of networking, if you are broke, you need to get a number every day. If you're tired and broke, you need to get 2 numbers every day. And I think that was my favorite quote of the conference, that what I just went over, I really hope it brought value to you. I really hope we all understand that we can change our business just by opening and connecting with new people, and that we shouldn't be afraid to connect with new people. New people are worth learning about. None of us would be here if we didn't get reached out to. And it's something we can all do by ourselves. We don't need someone who has the results to do it. People will actually believe you more because you're authentic. So I will pass it back to our amazing host, Shyla. And thank you guys.
Wow, that was amazing. Everybody, hand for Gurjot and her team. I have a question. I'm going to ask somebody at random. Let's see. Who's here? Let's ask you, Ashok. Ashok, you work outside of this business. You work for another company. So when you have your meetings in a boardroom, what do? You sit around the table. You have a discussion, right?
Yeah, discussion. Yeah.
Or do you take a cloth, put it over your face, or do you go under the table?
No, we have a discussion, well dressed. We don't use our phones, and we're attentive.
Yeah, so this is a professional venue. So please, people, keep your videos on. You know, be serious. These people have taken a lot of time to prepare and provide this training for you free of charge. This training, I work for government. I forgot to say that in my introduction. I work in defense procurement. So this kind of training, they pay thousands of dollars. You're getting it for free. So at least keep your cameras on, please. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Now, we're in for another treat. Another one of my favorites, Sachin. He's going to talk to us about how to go from DTM to skin and health consultations. And let's just go straight into Sachin. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Sachin here. Thank you so much. So without taking any further time, what I want to do is I want to actually invite an amazing couple. They have already, I could see that they have already changed their lives, and they are going to actually lead a panel, and they are going to show you right here on the screen how to do things. Okay, so we are not going to just talk, we are just going to say and show you how things are done. So without any further delay, I want to actually invite Harsh and Anchal. So Harsh and Anchal, they are from Vancouver, beautiful Vancouver. Anchal comes from a business background, so her family's in the business thing. And Harsh actually comes from a typical background like mine, where it's all employees, right? The family's employees, but they team up together, and they are already leading their lives, and they're already helping other people to lead their lives as well. So without any further delay, please invite Harsh and Anchal on the stage, please.
Thank you, Sachin. That's an amazing introduction. We are Harshmeet and Anchal, plugging in from Surrey. We are sponsored by Subodh and Tina. Uplines to them, you heard them. The new Q12, Sachin Kenkar. And our mentors and coaches are none other than Sid and Roop Ganguly from Toronto. And our topic, as Sachin mentioned, we want to talk about some VCS. We want to talk about how people do skin sessions, how people do health sessions. We want to do some role play. We want to see how people really interact with other people, what sort of questions they are asked, what they reply to those questions. So all of you guys on today can understand that while you are doing these things, whether it's offline or online, how to deal with it, how to really get the results out of it. Because it's no use you keep doing things after one after other, but you're not improving, you're not building a skill through it, you're not creating a result through it. So that is where we have some champions here on our team who are consistently creating humongous VCS every month, not 1 month, not 2 months, every month. They're so core in the business that they follow the 9 core steps very diligently. And one of the steps, as we talk about, is verified customer sales. We want to bring up those people around. So I'll pass it to Anchal and she can lead further from here.
Yeah, thank you, Harsh, for that. An amazing panel led by Gurjot. Thank you for doing that. We learned a lot of things from that as well. But before stepping into it, Harsh, I want to ask you, how was your first DTM? What objections did you face? And how were you able to retail a product to somebody?
Wow, that's an on-spot thing. But talking about myself, when I started the business, I was so hesitant of talking to somebody about the product. I was very impressed with that I can talk about the idea of network marketing and bringing somebody on board. But I always had that wrong notion from the start that if we are selling product to somebody, we are a salesperson, we have to go door to door. And that sort of a mindset, always I was cluttered with that mindset, and that would not let me go and talk to somebody regarding the product. So the first comfortable step, Anchal, I remember when I started was one of my very good friends who used to play cricket with me, who was also part of my research program when I was back at UBC. And he was quite a lot into health and fitness. And this is where I approached him and I sort of forced him to buy something from me. And my first retail was completely a force-based retail, where I was like, dude, you have to buy this. Okay. This is what I want to provide you. This is an amazing product. And I talked half an hour just talking about the product, so that he can at least buy. So he bought it from me because he was tired listening to me. And that was my first sale, sort of a thing. Okay. I don't want you guys to do that. Okay. There's always a skill you can build around it. And that is where I started my journey. But with time, as Anchal also stepped in my life, and as I heard you guys talking and I heard leaders talking, I realized that it's a skill. It's not just all about a mindset of creating your VCS, and the skill I built by putting more and more action, consistent action, huddling with my uplines, talking about what I can do better. And this is how I was able to create more results.
That's amazing. For me, it was very different, and I don't want to share that right now because we have less time in our hands. And I would like to invite, our champions, our team who's been doing great, every month in terms of VCS by doing skin sessions, health sessions. So let me please invite Raman and Sandeep, Lakshay and Gurjot on the call.
Perfect. I will add all of these on a spotlight. That's great. Okay.
So yeah. So starting with Raman and Sandeep, you guys have been doing amazing, creating 1,000+ VCS every day, every month, sorry. We want to know from you guys, how did you guys, build the skill? How do you approach people? How do you drop the message? And then after dropping the message, you might face some objections, rejections. How do you face that? And then overcoming that, how do you book your skin sessions, health sessions, and then clubbing it together with closing of the sale? How do you actually close? And I'm pretty sure even when you're done with your health sessions or skin sessions, you might face a lot of objections or rejections while closing the sale as well. Some people might say the products are expensive. Some people might not want to buy even after, you've educated them for 1 hour. So how do you tackle that and still close the sale? So over to you, Raman and Sandeep.
Yes, let's take 5 minutes and wrap up all these small questions so that everybody understands how do you guys do this. Okay, so yeah,
there you go.
guys.
Thank you, Harsh and Anchal. Thank you for giving the opportunity and speaking on the Friday night hangout about this topic. First of all, line of sponsor, we are sponsored by Harsh and Anchal, Subodh and Tina, and Sachin Kinkar, all the way to our Diamond Sid and Roop family. So yes, it's we have like initially we started as a couple, or as 150 TVs initially, and then along with you guys, when we saw you doing the things and creating a personal volume, that was the eye opener for us, and that's what we learned from you guys. But yes, again, we first of all started by our personal consumption. We know that if we have to buy the stuff which we actually anyways needed, right? So we need to have our personal consumption 100%, and that will give us 100% VCS as well. So more we will consume more for ourselves, and that's what will give us the profit as well in the business, initially starting for that. And then when Sandeep joined me with the full heart in this business, she actually also helped me in the retail of the most part, which she will mention about the things.
Yeah, no, thank you, Harsh and Anchal, for this question. As you mentioned, like how we drop the messages, I want to start on those things first. And I was very scared initially, like, being as a nurse. I like, we are good at our job, but like when come to the business, I got really scared about dropping the messages to the people. But I got confident when Anchal started doing, when I started bringing my own customers to Anchal, and I see how she started the skin session. So that's made me confident when you were able to help them and they bought a product from me. So that's how it started. So then I have learned from you the DTM, how you drop the messages. I have learned from you. And then nowadays, like from last few years, I've been doing my own skin session. I started with dropping the messages. I just go and talk to people regarding, like, for example, just say if somebody has a acne or pigmentation, right? So I intentionally go and talk to them. Somehow I break the ice. That's the first thing. Hi, how are you? Do you live nearby? That's how I start the conversation. And then when the conversation is built, then I just say, oh, I see you have the skin concern going on your face. Why do I ask? Because I am a nurse by profession and work as a skincare specialist. So I'm looking to help people, wondering if you're looking to get your skin analyzed. And then when they see the confidence in me, and then sometimes people, they themselves just say, yes, we are looking, like, can you can you please give me your phone number or business card or anything? That's how I drop the messages and exchange the contact. And within 24 to 48 hours, as Anchal always mentioned, that I go back and then again just drop the message on the phone or on the messages, and then I just say, I'm available this time, are you available? And that's how we're able to book a skin session. And when the person, it can be in person, it can be, I can go and go to their place and do the skin session. Some case they won't able to come to my place, or virtual is another way. So these are the three way I do the skin session. When during the skin session, properly do it professionally way, where I collect all their information and then recommend them what they can use. And at the end, I always say, I give, just break out all the things, this product is this much and will go 3 to 4 months or 5 months, and it's going to last you this month. And then that's how I break it down, so that easier for person to close the sale with me. So that's how I do it. And then once they place the order with me, I always give them a free gift and stuff, and then that's how able to close the sale. I hope it
and even after that, when we are struggling, we know that all the customers will not buy. Sometimes they do the skin sessions, but they do not buy the stuff. They just keep on keep on tangling the things that they will see, or they don't have the budget. So that's where the list of our old customers comes in handy, our old ideas that we approach to. And also we go to those people who has purchased the product from once or twice, and the references which we have from. And then we start working on those references, all those people we know who has once bought a product from us, so that we can achieve our goal. So that's how we overcome the things if people do not buy from the products from us at that particular month.
Yeah,
Guys,
but
I want to add something, just want to interrupt you. I want to also understand from you guys that how do you take what sort of questions people have when you're doing this process, okay? Because unless you don't let people know that what sort of questions you have been asked and how you tackle those questions, people will think that it's all rosy picture, okay? You just go, you talk to a person, they give you the contact, they come to your home, they get skin analyzed, they buy or don't buy or whatever. That's a very straightforward story. But I want to know, how do you face the rejection? If somebody says and gets offended when they say, oh, how could you talk about my skin? Okay, I look perfectly fine. Or if somebody says, you are a nurse, how can you treat somebody with the skin? Okay, or all sort of different questions. I want you to answer some of the questions, give some examples, so that people know that this is how things happen. It's not a straightforward road. It's not just going to happen that they go one time and everybody will say, yeah, why not, let's go and have a skin session.
Okay, I'll give a very recent example, Harsh, which happened a couple of days ago. I was actually contacting for the network, but I bumped into a guy who was a student, but when I started talking to him, saw his face, he was actually full of acne. And while I was talking, I just asked him politely that I see you have some skin concerns. Are you doing something for this? So he's like, I'm very recent to Canada, a few months here. So he used to have his medicine back in India, but he didn't brought it with him, and he's struggling right now. And right there, Sandeep was besides me. So I just told him that my wife, she is a skincare specialist. If you wanted to have your acne treated, you can talk to her. So I just introduced Sandeep into the conversation, and he took over. We did the skin session for Sandeep, did the skin session for him, but eventually he did not buy it because again, these things will happen. But we have to be polite. We have to let them know that we are sorry to ask you, but we have to be polite in a conversation or communication, that they don't feel offended that way.
So let's say when somebody doesn't buy, okay, how do you respond to that, or how do you react to that situation? Yes. Let's say you've put 1 hour, 2 hours into doing everything, going out, getting back, and number you're excited, you do that thing. How do you handle that?
So I before going to the conference, there's a lady who came to my place. I have spent almost 1 hour with her for the skin session. She didn't bought a single product from me, but I have give whatever from my end. I greeted her well, offered her drinks and stuff at my place. I made her really comfortable, but she didn't bought a single thing. Like, oh, this is expensive, that expensive, I don't have a budget, this and that. I said, it's okay. We can do it half, like, you can pay me half, but I guarantee you, like, they're amazing products. And, I've showed some pictures of my clients, but at the end, she didn't bought it from me at all. So then later on, but still in my connection, I always go and approach them again. So I'm not a sort of person that is okay, if she's gone, she's gone. No, I always keep on contacting them. But maybe this month she didn't bought, maybe next month if she have a budget. But we do have to understand, people have a budget. People sometimes they don't have a job, some crisis going on in their life. So we should understand that part. It doesn't mean if she doesn't take, I have to stop contacting other people. That's fine. People gonna come and go. So I go and contact other more people. I sometimes it's make me a little bit down, but you have to get up. It's okay. Just for the moment, I feel bad that she didn't bought it. I spent this much time, but that's okay. Maybe
Perfect.
God
I
is,
think
yeah.
people are people. We cannot change them.
Yeah.
Only what we can do is we can put more effort into our work.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Raman and Sandeep, for that insight. Let's move to the next panelist here. We'll talk to Karanjot.
Yeah, I'll want to invite Karanjot definitely. Where, I remember when she was new in the business, she had approached this one girl named Ghazal, and now she's becoming your permanent customer, and you've becoming better, doing more DTMs, talking to people about how they can buy, and you've been doing amazing 150 plus VCS every month. So we want to hear from you. How was your experience? How do you go out? How do you drop message to people? How do you start a conversation? What sort of rejections you have faced while doing the DTM? Because not everybody is willing to share their concern or coming to a skin session. So how do you face that, and how do you convert them into your customers? If you can throw some light into that.
Thank you, Anchal. So, hello everyone. First, I would like to introduce myself and my lineage. So, my name is Karan, and I've been introduced into this business by Harsh and Anchal. There are plans about and teen up to them, Sachin Kinkar, and all the way up to Sid and Rup Gangli. So, for the DTMs, like it was very challenging for me at the beginning when I was introduced to this business because I was an introvert and I really wasn't willing to go and talk to people. So I remember my clients taking me for the contacting, and that's how where I build the confidence and learn like you how you can actually approach people. And regarding the Ghazal, the customer, so I was at my workplace and I work in a mall. So she just walked in. So she was with her friend, and actually I didn't contact her, dropped a message to her. Actually, I dropped it to her friend, and she came like after a month or so. So while she was like away for some time, I saw the skin concerns, and I was in the process where I was just learning how to contact people. So I asked her a friend, like, rather than be like complimenting her, that's how I usually break the ice or so. So, but because they have already ordered, and because they were my customers here in the shop, so I directly asked her that, I see your friend and I see a lot of skin concerns on her face. Like what happened? Because I'm asking because I have a lot of skin concerns myself. Before they feel offended, I bring up myself that I have a lot of skin concerns myself, and I have been, getting them treated, and I'm actually feeling, different from before, and I feel that my skin has got better. My skin concerns are getting better than before. So I would like to help you guys too. If you could just tell me like what happened, if you're using something or what is going on, right? So she just told me like this and that, like how her skin is, it has always been like that. She used everything till now, and because at that time I wasn't like fully prepared. So what I did was I leveraged Anchal here. So I made her connect to Anchal through Instagram, where they, they just took the picture of her, like the Insta profile, because they were in hurry or so, and they contacted her after a month because they kind of lost the contact. But they eventually connected with her, and that's how they got connected, and she did her skin analysis, and that's how she became a permanent customers. But after that, when I was actually looking for people, going for contacting, there are like so many girls in there. Like I go and, do the like ice breaking by complimenting on their, maybe their clothes, maybe their shoes or whatsoever, just an icebreaker. Then I go to them and jump directly to the question, to be honest, that, I see skin concerns, and as always I bring myself up because I have been through the same process, so I feel like they can definitely relate to that. So when I do that and I ask them like, so I ask three questions to them, like, how you got it, and are you doing something to get them treated, and is that helping you out or not? Because if the person has some concerns, they definitely try out something, and if they're trying out something, they definitely want, some, for some people it actually works out, and for some it doesn't. For me it didn't work, so that's why I switched to the artistry products, to be honest, when I got launched into the business. So I asked them if they say their product is working for them. So I feel a little bit like, that person might not become my customer because they are already using something that is benefiting them, and people don't want to switch to the other products just because somebody comes and tell them, use this product. So that's where I don't force myself, or force that person to actually buy that product if they're not feeling comfortable with that. But if the person who actually used it and they are like, they don't see any difference in their skin whatsoever, so I always go like, I leverage Anchal on that. Or if I do it myself, I always go like, let's connect. I can provide you sampling first. You can try it out. And if that thing works for you, we can go ahead and I'll actually place that order for you. But this is how I do with the strangers. But for my friends in my friend circle, it's a little bit different. So I like catch up with them, let's connect. That's how we connect. And if they have some skin concerns, same thing, products you're using and are they helping you out or not. And but because I have known them for longer periods, so what happens is like, sometimes they're also hesitant about the pricing and other stuff. So I make them start from the very basic product, like a face cleanser, and that is not too expensive. So I tell them the difference and how long it lasts as compared to the other ones in the market. And once they start using it, I mean start from sampling then their product itself, I keep on adding the products on the side. Their skin start feeling the difference, and they keep on be curious themselves because they see the difference in their skin. So they keep on like, want to use the other products that concern different type of their skin concerns. So this is how I keep on changing products and keep on following up with them.
That's
Yes.
awesome, Karan. One of the things I want to tell about Karan is that Karan doesn't have a car, but she tends to meet all her clients by going to their place. So she travels, she takes the bus, she visits everybody to their place to get the orders every month. And that is also a sort of mindset one needs to have, that the orders might not just come in your lap sitting on your phone. Yes, there are some people who, once they become your consistent customers, can get you orders over your phone, but initially you have to put that effort to serve them, to add value into their life so that you can reap that thing. And Karan has been doing that very well. But yeah, moving to the next part, Achal, if you want to go ahead. But Lakshay is there. Lakshay has been again a very consistent comrade on this team. He's been doing 150 plus VCS very consistently every month. It's been more than an year's time now, and he has never missed that. Literally, never missed that. Never ever came with an excuse. He might do that the last day of the month, but he makes sure that it is done. Okay, and that is one of the things we want to learn from Lakshay as well, because Lakshay is very good. I've seen him talking great with his work colleagues. He indulges and he's built so great relationship with his work colleagues. Now, also he has built great relationships in his gym and his workout sessions and stuff. So Lakshay, if you want to put some light on how you do these, how you do contacting, what sort of rejections you face, how do you tend to take them to the next level with your health and skin stuff, and how do you get the sale closed? Can you, if you can put some limelight, whether you do offline, online, whatever aspect of it?
Yeah, and how do you leverage your uplines as well if they are girls? How you leveraged me for Divya and you leveraged a recent person for Sandeep. So if you can talk about that as well.
Wow, thank you so much for inviting me on the stage, Harsh and Anchal. I'll just start with my lineage as well. I'm proudly sponsored into this business by Raman and Sandeep. Appliance to them, you guys, Harsh and Anchal, going platinum very shortly. And then all the way up to our diamond mentor, Sid and Roop Ganguly. I'll just quickly jump into my topic. What I have seen in myself is creating a network, like building a proper network of people who know that you are in the business is very important. That has been the most major aspect when it comes to my workplace. Every single person at my work knows that I'm into this business, I'm doing this thing. Some people may or may not know what it is exactly, but I have sampled something to every single person. There have been some IBOs at my workplace who left the business, who left work as well. But I still actually have their customers now because they come to me, they get things from me. I currently, recently, what happened was, since everyone knows that I am into the business, what happened today was there was this girl that came to me. She got to know from someone else that I am into Amway. She said that I knew that you were running a business. I never knew that was Amway. I said, okay, can I help you with that? She said that she actually used to buy Amway products, and then she even has a customer account with another IBO. And she told me that if you can get me the products, that would be great. I gave her a 10% discount. She came to me, and then I retailed her that. That was so easy for me, just because some people, everyone knew that I'm into the business. Another example of that would be the host at my business. I've retailed her some things as well. I went to her place one day, and her roommate actually, she talked to me for a few minutes. I told her about the business. I retailed her a brightening mask. I followed up with her this month, and I even got a skincare session waiting for an order right now. The skincare session was done by Sandeep. I leveraged Sandeep for that. This is where my uplines really help me a lot. Whether it is Anchal or whether it is Sandeep, they have both always been there if I need to leverage. Something that I've noticed myself is the mistakes that I used to make earlier. If I'm talking to a random person, what I used to say is, oh, I see you have some acne on your face. If you want, I can help you with a skincare specialist number. That was something that I thought was right, but it is very wrong. There is no edification of your upline. If I'm edifying Anchal, I have to say that she has worked in the Bollywood industry for so many years. If I'm edifying Sandeep, I have to say that she has been in the industry, healthcare industry in Canada for 10 plus years. She has been a registered nurse. That sort of edification is required. Number two, you need to tell them that it's a free skin consultation. It's not treatment. I'm not taking you somewhere to get you treated. It's just a consultation where you can know where your skin concerns are and how they can be treated. Similarly, like I just talk to people. I think in my tenure at my workplace, there have been four bartenders. I work in a restaurant. I have retailed like a single thing, at least a single thing to all four of them. There was a bartender. He is in his mid 30s. He's balding a bit. I just told him that I see that you have a bald spot. I can actually get you some hair care products if you want. And then I got him. I told him about the products. He said I'm very interested because it is a concern for him. He was very interested. And I just told him about the products. He's like, order those products for me. He did not even ask me something. I just texted him that, hey, this is the products that I have for you. It was an anti-hair fall shampoo, conditioner, and a scalp tonic. I told him it was your totals this. I've ordered it for you. This is my interact. You can email it to me. That's what happened with him. A month later, he got joint help from me because he talked to me. I told him that we do have other stuff in the business as well. When it comes to the gym, it actually, whenever you talk to people in the gym, there's always going to be a thing that they're going to ask you, how long have you been working out for? Or do you go to gym regularly? This is something that you talk to everyone in the gym. After that, they talk to you about what you're taking right now. If you have a very good physique, they're going to ask if you're taking any supplements, if you're taking anything on the side. And that is where I introduce some things. I recently took a contact in the gym, and I talked to him for a few minutes. I took his contact. Recently, I sampled him the excess protein pods. Sometimes, so sampled him the vanilla flavored. Sometimes people may not like the flavor. He said that I do not like it. Do you have any other flavors? I quickly, because like my gym is only a 5 minute walk from my home, I quickly came home. I got the other flavor. I got him that as well, and he got the protein pod from me. So yeah, I think that is it from my side. If anyone has any questions or back to Harshan Ansel, I guess.
Yeah, no, greatly covered. Thank you guys for sharing it. I just want to mention it that these people have built the skills over time. It's not an overnight thing. They go out every day, talk to people, face a lot of rejections, which anyways is the part of our life. Whatever we do in our life, we actually face a lot of rejections. Just giving an example, I'm a makeup artist. If somebody doesn't hire me for their wedding, there's a rejection there. So I don't take it personally because there are so many people out there offering the same thing. We might get rejected at times, but how we take it positively and move forward is the way to go. And as you know that we are paid on volume, it's very important to learn skin analysis and health consultation to actually grow your PV levels. And you can do it by various methods, by using an artistry app, by using Zoom calls, by just using a SAM machine or an Omron machine. It depends on you. You choose what way works for you. But these people who you listen to were not excellent first day. They actually became excellent with time. And that is how they've mastered 1000 plus PVVCS or 200 plus PVVCS or 150 plus PVVCS, because they were willing to go out and face their fears. So if you're willing to do that, you can also become one of these, or you can even surpass these people. It's not difficult. It's just that when you believe in yourself, you actually can make this work.
Yes, and it's not gonna happen if you're gonna sit on your couch the entire day.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to go out, you have to do things. It's an action-based business. It is not a thinking business. It is not a texting business. It's an action where you really step out, go to people, meet them, go home to home. And that is how you really build these sort of VCS. And that's what we have done in the business, and that's what our team had done. But that's from our side.
No, just
tonight.
to share one thing and then I'll give it back to the host. When I went out for the first time, I wanted to drop the message. I didn't know how to go out and talk to people. A girl actually yelled at me. If I would have stopped there and there, I wouldn't have been creating what I create today, and I wouldn't have been able to pass it on to my team. So these things will keep happening, but just grow from it, learn from it, and move forward is how you can actually create a lot of VCS in the business. With that, back to the host.
So welcome back, everybody. Wow, that's great. Like I've taken so many notes here, and I was going to talk to you about them, but we don't have enough time. So what I'm going to do is just type them up and put them on the chat so you guys can see my little thoughts of this thing. But we still have a great lineup for you guys. But I just want to say, like, you guys that are under the boardroom table, could you please come out? It's I don't like staring at something black. Anyways. Next item is Gurjot again. And I'm not sure what she's going to talk about, but it's a surprise.
Oh.
Over to you, Gurjot.
Thank you, Shaila. And I love your purple nails. That's my favorite color. And to everyone today, I absolutely high five to that panel that just went on. That was great quality, led by Harsh and Anchal. So thank you to all the leadership for today. And the topic is very simple. I've spoken enough tonight. I do apologize for going over time in my topic earlier. But for the next fiscal year, it is really important to me to be having more showing legs in this organization, more showing and growing legs, to be having a solid Ego Plus structure and being continuing to be a good example to this leadership and qualifying for Q12. And that's what it is, like hustling for this month of August, because the month is not over. And this month is there's so much time left in the month. There's a whole few days to go. But also in terms of my next fiscal year, being able to, declare that I'm going Q12, but making sure pins are breaking in my team is my absolute goal. So seeing leadership develop beyond me and seeing people achieve financial goals and being a part of that. That's my purpose identifying this business is not just my own freedom, but why do our mentors keep sewing into us and loving on us? It's so they want to see us succeed, and I want to see my team succeed. So back to you, Shaila.
Wow, that's great. More legs. I think we should all have that goal. Okay, so next, oh boy, another treat. Again, these are all surprises. Even I don't know. I just know who's talking. So my mentors, Ashok and Smita.
Thanks, Shala. We're Ashok Smita from Toronto, Canada, and we're sponsored by the Amazing Diamonds, Senator Ganguly. And we're really excited about the new fiscal year. And when you think about the business, always just think back to yourself, what's your why? Like, why are you doing this business? Because that's what's going to keep you driving forward. And the best thing about this business is that you don't have to worry about anything if things didn't work out in the past or any setbacks. This business, you can always start a clean slate anytime. Businesses have changed drastically in 1 month. So it doesn't matter what's in the past, just focus on what you want to do going forward. Learn from your past mistakes, learn what you didn't do, and focus on small changes that you could do to build your business on a everyday basis. Like Sid always says, do something every day. That's really the key, because if you look at your business, there's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be setbacks. It's handling situations. That's what this business is all about. And situations happen every day. And if most of us, like the school or work, everyone's busy. So it's finding that things that can overcome those little stumps, that you can build a business on a daily basis. You're going to be tired, you're going to be overworked, family situations are going to happen, but figure out how to handle that. And when you do that and you do the business daily, the business can change easily. You just put in a batch of new people, and then, things can fly from there.
Yes, absolutely. And hi, everyone. And it was a great night tonight. And thank you so much to Team Gurjot and Team Sachin. So much learning we had tonight. And it's like it's exciting. The new fiscal year is coming, and we have to be happy and excited about that. As Ashok said, we all wanted to change our pain. We all wanted to do something, but the thing is, like, I think that way, you see the last year, what you achieved, what the one change you did, and just be happy about that. And then, you decide, like, I already talked to Roop, what's my plan for this fiscal year. And, simply like Ashok and I, we have 6 PV check every single month, and we always believe in the profitability of the business. We have 9 lakh, 6 PV check, 4 lakh showing the every association. But my goal, as I mentioned to Roop, just help those 9 lakh to go 1,000 PV, and my personal 1,000 PV. That's the Ruby volume. And, it's not a very, it doesn't sound like a mountain, but, we have to break it down. Just, break BFI, BBI, even we may break multiple BFI, we are there. But, just, I will say, just make a dream book for yourself. Like, just buy from dollar store or art book, and make an index for every month from September to next August, every month where you want to be, and just have some dream pictures. I'm not saying the Hawaii or big car, maybe like, I don't know, maybe you want an Apple Watch, maybe, somebody's doesn't have maybe for some of you it's no big deal, but somebody it's a big deal. Any small thing you want to achieve. And I always believe in the dollar value. So, just have a goal in this fiscal year, that much, 60,000, 80,000, 40,000, whatever I want to avail from Amway income. So that is very, very important. And the other important thing is, just focus on adding value, like, great hosting by Shala. And, whenever you get an opportunity to talk on, on BWW stage, just be proud of that and be thankful for that. Whenever we get an opportunity to talk on the open meeting, Ashok just messaged me, what, guess what, tonight we are showing the plan for the gala leadership. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, that's how you should think of. You are showing a plan to the big audience. So, don't you think you will want to get dressed better, look nicer, do your best? Because that's how you have to visualize yourself. It's funny, whenever Ashok shows the plan or talks, his mouth spray is always here. I'm saying it's virtual. Why do you need a mouth spray for? But it's just thing is, you feel, it's your own feeling. So it's very, very important, the adding value. And again, the relationship, like people talked about the VCS, you have to have a relationship to, get the repeat order, repeat and repeat. Laksh talked about somebody is not building the Amway, but he is giving them, they are giving him order. Why? Because the relationship. So, let's team, just have like, and I like to thank you, Sachin, for, being Q12 and, breaking a new pin. And that is like a, great motivation for all of us. So yeah, let's have a great, new year, fiscal year. And the one most important thing is communication with your working upline, because your upline should know you. Like Roop, like on my Zoom, like I went through some health challenges, but everything is great now with God grace. But Roop can sense by looking at my Zoom, she will text me if I'm not feeling good. That's how well she knows me, so that's how you should, your upline, or you should know you. So that only comes by communication. So with that, we are done, and back to Shaila. Thank you.
Awesome. Some really great nuggets here. Like your why should keep you going forward. Learn to overcome your obstacles. Talk to your upline and keep your dollar values in your face. But just about the upline, I would like to say, Smita and Ashok are my upline. And a few months ago, I was going through a little bit of a crisis, and so I just kept talking to them, kept in touch, and they pulled me through. So this is not just a business, this is a team, a family, everything. And I know, like when Smita was in India, I needed to talk to somebody, so I called up Roop, and she was there for me. So everybody on the Zoom call is there for you. I'm amazing, amazing, amazing. And another good treat, again, don't know what they're going to talk about, Arvind and Poonam. Are they here?
Yeah, I'm here, Shala. Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Poonam here. That was great hosting, Shala. And everyone did wonderful this evening. So congratulations to each and everyone that you're taking your business to the next level. And thank you to our upline, Sid and Roof, for giving this opportunity to commit one more time, or say one more time that why we are in this business. And then again, like the new fiscal year is coming up. So what is our plan, or basically what we are excited about, right? So here, Arvind and Poonam, and very excited about the next fiscal year. We are in the business for the life, for sure. Up and down comes, but then we are here. For next fiscal year, we are excited, and we changed a few of the why, just like you guys started with some of the why, but then you completed those why, and then again you created a new why. So as Arvind and Poonam created a new why, and to making the money from the business, that was our always a goal, and then still a goal, because money do matter a lot, because money solve your 99% problem. But along with that, definitely this business help you to groom a lot, because money, for us, money means success, and then success do come to people who are prepared for that. And in this business, that's excellent thing that there's a system available to groom yourself. If you're off the track, pick up a book, listen to more new CDs, or two more talks, or talk to your upline, you are back on track. So you never ever slip from this. It's not a job that you were doing so good in the job, and then suddenly you are off from the job, and then new job is you have to start from the somewhere very down. So this is not something like that. So you can always groom yourself again, and then build yourself again, and then come back on track. This is Arvind and Poonam has starting the new fiscal year. Definitely we are starting with the new whys, that why we are still here, and then what is our new goals, and then we are going to achieve along with our team. The best part, I always see that people come and go, but if your warriors are here, then you're definitely gonna win. And to keeping them definitely takes a lot of love, and as Sid said, there's a lot of blood, sweat, everything, right? It takes that, and we are ready to give that. I mean, we are a good human being, right? It's not about the money, right? But then along with money, if we get that one, I mean, who doesn't want fame, success, and money all together, right? But you won't be able to get that everything together. But this business allow you to get the money, and then be a be a best human. And then, no, you just like social service, like day before yesterday, I delivered a product to somebody. The lady was like, no, God bless you, this, that. Just who said that, right? So this business allow you so many unique things. So hang out there, start with your business again fiscal year with the new eye, and then do whatever it takes. I mean, we did it a couple of times and then we still are doing it, right? And life is not about you keep climbing. It's sometimes you climb, you fall, and then you maybe come back again with the two step back. But then again, you know what? If you're taking 4 steps forward and taking 2 steps back, or sometimes taking 4 steps forward and then 6 steps back, but make sure that you keep taking step by step. And then journey is on. This business is not a destination. It's a journey for us, and then we are on that journey. Thank you, Sid and Roop. And back to our host, Shala.
Wow, that was awesome, Poonam. I always enjoy Poonam's talks. She's so motivating, and yeah, if you take 4 steps forward, go 1 step back, it's good. You're still 3 steps forward. So that's really awesome. So now, the best for the last. Congratulations, Sachin. Over to you.
Thank you. I think we still have the best for the last. So it's not yet over. Okay, life is not over yet. So thank you so much. My topic is also next fiscal year. So as we all do, carry forwards, right? Now the question is, what are you going to carry forward? That's very important, right? So one of the things that is going to be carried forward for me, no doubt, is never give up. Okay, now lots of people are good in dropping the message, detailing the product, this and that. But if you do not know when to give up and when not to give up, all those skills are useless. Okay, so the number one thing is don't give up and hold your battle, hold your flag. That's it. That's very important. Right. So every year, work with your appliance and keep on doing that. Now, what is happening here? I feel, okay, one of the things that I want to grow is I want to kill my own ego. And this is very, very important because we are in the team and leadership business, but lots of people are holding egos. And how do you know? Okay, it's very simple. The vocabulary is I, me. When that vocabulary comes, you have a big, big ego. Okay, now what you do is instead of me, turn that first letter M, turn it upside down. It should be we. When you start changing your vocabulary, when you say we are talking about team. It's not like, your own thing. Okay, that's number one thing, because that is one of the main reasons why people will give up in their life, because they're of their ego. And my definition of ego is your image of yourself. Wrong self-image of yourself is ego. I know what it is. I know. Now that is where we have to change, because when we are in the people business, we are going to deal with the human beings. I'm not talking about the situations that are going to come in your way. Okay. But if you cannot handle people, how can you lead team of professionals? Small things are getting you upset. I shouldn't be getting upset at all. Right now, lots of people are lucky to get 1 life. I got 2 lives. So I have to get the best out of it. That's no doubt about it. Now, I don't want to get infected with small things, because I'm going to deal with people. It could be immediate family or someone from the team or outside from the team. I should put a block right there. Like when you put the sunglasses, you put the UV block, right? Same thing, learn how to block it. But at the same time, as a leader, we need to understand is that our ego can affect the team as well. That is a very bad karma. I don't want to go there. So I want to be always available for the team. One of the earlier lessons that I learned, okay, that is also part of my next year, new fiscal year. Again, when I'm here, something is going to happen because I'm keeping moving. That's it. People are going to come and I'm going to try to impact on other people, and I'm going to change their lives no matter what. Because as long as I'm alive, it's going to happen no matter what. One of the earlier lessons I learned in the life is from the Rocky movie. Okay, and that actually changed my life a lot. I'll tell you, you have a 10-second rule. Think about this. Your life is like you are in that boxing ring. Okay, forget about the referee. Referee is like mutual. He's not on your side, not on their side. You have 10 seconds. You have two worlds. Okay, one is if you are knocked down, you have 10 seconds to get up, not 11. One more extra second, you are out of the ring, and the people who are outside, losers, some of them will be losers. They are going to hug you and kiss you. I don't want those. So I want to get up. That's it. Okay, so in 10 seconds, I will get up, because when I get up, then the people like you, Sid and Roop, they are going to hug me. So I would prefer to be the winner rather than the loser. So when I realize that there are two rules or two worlds, I always like to get up. I like to get up. Doesn't matter. 10 seconds, that's it. 11 seconds, it's gone. The game is over. So this is how you have to treat your life. Please leave your ego outside. Your ego is hurting your team left, right, center, whether it's upline, downline, crossline, doesn't matter. We are a united team. That's why this combined pace is not my team. I don't use the word my team at all. It's not my team, it's our team. Okay, so change the vocabulary, change your mindset, and let's have a best fiscal year. Please try to accept the way the people are. You cannot change people. The only person you can change is yourself. So change yourself for the better. If that means you have to kill your ego, please do that. Okay, now that doesn't mean that you have to bend and do lots of things. No, not at all. All you do is just accept the way the people are. Don't change them. You change yourself and be loving. Do you think like Sid and Roop, they don't have the problem? Like, do we have to always go and talk to them all about the problem? Don't you think that, we can go and tell them something good about it? We can do that as well, right? Now, we all have read the book called Go Giver. Now, Go Giver doesn't mean that you go and give samples to the customers only. Go Giver means you have to give it to other people as well within your team, maybe uplines. When was the last time you actually said thank you to your upline, like handwritten note, anything? Simple. Doesn't matter. Now, that doesn't mean the uplines are expecting you to go and give them the gifts. No, not at all. But Go Giver is a concept that you have to implement. So lots of times what I found is that we are good in reading, we are good in doing certain things, but when it comes to the implementation, some of the places where we are failing. It's okay. I know it's a journey. We have to learn. But now that we know that the implementation phase is where we are missing, so we need to be a little bit careful. We need to take care of the cardinal rules and all the other things along with your goals and work with our uplines. Okay. Our uplines, they are millionaires, you know that. But why are they spending time with us? Okay, we need them and they need us as well. So it's like, we work together. It's not my team. It's not my team. It's not me. I'm no one without you. So it's we. Okay, so let's change the vocabulary. Let's do we. And definitely, I'm there for every one of you. Doesn't matter. Crossline, upline, doesn't matter. Let's work together and, let's fight the world. That's it. Thank you so much. Back to the host.
Wow, amazing. And that's the reason I said best for the last. But now we have the very best for the last. So our diamond. Sorry, could somebody please mute.
I want the world to know I'm back to be
Carry on, Shala, please.
Okay, so yeah, it's Sid, your turn to talk. Yours and Roop's. So
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Shala, thank you also for hosting, and every one of you spoke so well, as always. Very energized, very, very excited for the next fiscal year. Congratulations, Sachin, for going Q12. And, that's another example that it can be done through adversities, challenges, all of it. It can be done. So congratulations, just very, very happy. We have a new pin in the team. And, Q12 sometimes is a very difficult pin. When you're going platinum for the first time, you're recognized as silver, you're recognized as gold, you're recognized as platinum. So a lot of, halagulla, a lot of excitement throughout the year. But when you're going Q12, when you've already been platinum, you don't get recognized. And neither can we declare it, because it's a tricky thing. Till it gets done, you can't declare it. And Sachin got done. I think he made a decision, he'll get it done. Some months were good, some months were bad. And a lot of situations, challenges. But it again proves, that we can be heroes in our own lives. As much as Sachin has seen Rocky, what Sachin has understood as he has become the Rocky in his own life. And I implore you guys, all of you guys spoke so well, honestly. And since Rupa and I have gone diamond, we have lived this life. I know really each and every one of you can do it. Because you guys are paying the price, you're on the call, wanting to do things. Lovely. And at the end of the day, what is the biggest skill you need? It's always the same. Do you have a new person at this Zoom meeting? Are you meeting someone personally? Have you sponsored someone personally? Next Tuesday meeting, do you have a guest coming? That is the one skill that you have to develop. Everything boils down to that. You listen to streaming, you read books, everything boils down to that. And if you're not getting new people, try to rethink what do you need to do. Get better at these core skills. All right, core skills. And that comes from inner realization. No amount of book, no amount of streaming can help you. Inner realization. When all the knowledge that you get gets mixed in with your subconscious mind, with your brain, it becomes part of your DNA. So when you're driving to work, when you're cooking, when you're eating, when you're watching TV, I'm always thinking, how can I get the one new person? You see, in a whole year, if you can sponsor one good spark, imagine in 6 years you build a fortune. One good spark. And we might do the process, we might do the 4 basics. Let me tell you from the bottom of my heart, none of that is true. What is true? Did you have a new guest? Did you have a new IPO? How do you do it? I don't know. Whether you spend a lot of time building friendships with someone, whether like Sachin says, I give the card, he has to call, that's it, that's his way. Every way is good way. Every way is a good way. No way is the right way. So if your downline has a different way, don't come in the way and say, no, this is not the way. I remember Sachin himself, before COVID, he said, I'm invited some people from COVID. And I was like, oh, that's not possible. You have to go out and all. And Sachin said, Sachin does not talk back. Very, very humble, polite. He said, sit, times have changed, That was enough for me. I said, yes, times have changed. That was before COVID. I didn't believe in that. Why? Because I was old-fashioned. Certain things are stuck in my brain, and that's the way it is. And that's what Sachin said. That's ego. A lot of us do things because we are set in our way. And I always say, you are not who you are. I changed. I used to be extremely aggressive, at your face. And I changed. Completely changed. Completely. People who see me, last again, I tell you, 7 Springs, Lata Kala just held, she hugged me and she started crying. Because so many things have happened in Brit Worldwide, you see. I've lost so much, others have lost so much. And she couldn't stop crying, and she looked at Roop and she said, this guy's changed so much. I can tell you, folks, you can change. You are not who you are. 3 months back, let me tell you a personal story. Every day in the morning, I come down and I love coffee. Shaila's hosting, done a great job. She knows how I love coffee. In my house, I have various kinds of coffee. Tim Hortons, and then some cheap coffee. Then I have beans, coffee grinder, manual, automatic, everything. One day I came down the stairs and I said, so much dependence on a substance. I gave up coffee. For the last 3 months, I've not tasted coffee. Just water and that twist tube that comes in. Because I said, I can change. Why so much dependence? And I changed. But strangely, first 2 months was okay, but now the craving is a lot. But I gave up coffee. So I'm telling you, folks, you can change. It's your mind. It's your mind. It rains, you say, I don't like rain. If you're a farmer and this is the harvest or this is the season for rain, you would love rain. No, it's your brain. What happens is not good and bad. It's how your brain thinks, processes. So how will next fiscal year be good? By staying steady. Now, what keeps you up and down? Because things happen and you cannot react to it. But I'm saying, be strong. You can change. You can change. I'll tell you one last example, just so you learn. I was telling my son this, US Republican debate happened. I don't know. I don't follow. I just look at headlines quickly. There is on the US Republican, there were seven people in the debate. 2 of them were Indians, Nikki Haley is also an Indian. And there's a guy called Vivek Ramaswamy, Indian Tamilian. He's a total Indian. Born in here, of course, like Arjun. And he did the best. And just 40 years old or something. Millionaire, worth 870 million. So what I'm trying to tell you, you look at the debate. People are making fun of him. People are saying you're a fool. He's telling Mike Pence you're a fool. Mike Pence is older than his dad. What am I saying, guys? You become the Rocky in your life. Let things happen. You become the rock in Niagara Falls. It is falling, but the rock is a rock. It will take 10 trillion years for 1 inch of the rock to get eroded. You become the rock. And you look at life and you smile. And you say, life, do whatever you may. I'll do what I have to do. And actually, that is what our book teaches us. So again, proud of all of you guys. How will success come then next fiscal year? We know what to do. Today, at the peak, we had good numbers. It will get better. I love everyone who spoke. How will we get better? By choosing to be mentally strong. The power is not in the books. The power is not in the associations. The power is not in the BSMs. You've never heard this. So where is the power? The power is within. There is a God that is within you. You have to bring out the God. And that power does not come in because you get affected by what happens to you. If what happens to you, if you look at it and say, doesn't matter, smile at it. And you say, I will not get bogged down. You get a credit card statement full. You smile. You say, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Your health goes strange. You look in the mirror and say, doesn't matter. God, you're healing me. Doesn't matter. That robustness will make life come to you, the good life come to you. That robustness, that only comes from self-realization, guys. An uneducated guy can go triple diamond because self-realization does not need any books or tapes. It needs inner strength. All right? That's why I gave up coffee. I said, how can one substance have so much control over me? It should not. Maybe I'll pick it up one day also. Like that 4 years back, I started taking cold showers in the morning. That's it. And today let me tell you guys, even Jan, Feb, March, when it is minus, you try to put the temperature cold. You can't drink that water. I challenge you. I take bath in it as if it's a 30 degrees Celsius water. Because I wanted to teach myself that you can change. So let's do it, guys. Brilliant PACE meeting. We had a great function. Next year will be super awesome. Next year, our Roop said we'll break 5 platinums, whether requalified platinums or some new platinums. This team will break 5 platinums. Next year, maybe 10 platinums. Our time is coming. Am I right? Our time is coming. With that, I'll give it to you.
Yes, thank you, Sid. That was amazing. An amazing performance by everybody. Proud of all of you guys. And congratulations and celebrations, Sachin. And congratulations to the whole team, Subodh and Tina, Harsh and Anchal, Raman, Sandeep, Gurjot, and the gang. So congratulations to all of you guys. And that means that, he has actually created a vacuum for all of you guys to fill in. So amongst the 5 platinums, I've counted all of you, whatever names I just took, you are actually one of the 5 counts. Say, aha. Of course, I believe in you. And as I said, 20 BBIs, because I believe all of you guys on this call can go BBI next fiscal year, at least a BBI. I was showing a calculation to a new IBO yesterday, and I was showing her how at 500 PV at 18%, she could easily earn $1,800. So keep a money goal, all right? So the new year is coming, by the way, so it's time to reshuffle your closet. And sometimes we need to throw stuff we don't need. Am I right? Just throw it. We cannot just get attached to certain things. Sometimes it happens that we need to just keep it. We cannot throw it. And then we keep on adding new clothes. So what's going to happen is your closet is going to get all roughed up. So the thing is that you sometimes need to take a decision, right? So you need to reshuffle your closet as you need to reshuffle your soul, right? So smile, see miracles in life every day, all right? So every year we get 2 chances, actually 3 chances to change ourselves. Actually, change is instantaneous. You take a decision and you can just change yourself, all right? You need to be strong, emotionally strong. I just remember my dad, one day he used to be a chain smoker. One fine day, he just stopped smoking when the doctor said, all right, enough is enough. He saw his report and he said, all right, I'm quitting smoking right now as I speak. So things like that, change is instantaneous, but to come to a position of inculcating that position of strength is the baggage you carry from your previous life, all right? So baggage you carry while you were growing up, or something which happened in the business, or whatever has happened has happened. Let bygones be bygones. Let's just not keep on looking at the rearview mirror. Let's just look ahead. As a team, I don't know how other team functions, but this team needs to be known as the most compassionate team, the most loving team, the most united team, so that, we are all happy, all right? Like, the other day, it's been just 2 weeks now, so many of you stayed in my house and it was such a beautiful experience. I know it all started with our upline Schoolin and Meena, staying in our house for 2 nights. And then, of course, Sachin came over to stay, and then Harsh and Anchal, then Subodh and Tina, then Raman and Sandeep and the little one, they stayed over. It was such a beautiful experience. And that is the business for you. Sometimes we make things too complicated. So we have to basically have that connection from the heart. All right. In India, we call it Jadoo Ki Jhappi. All right. So I humbly request you, whatever has happened, you just give each other a magical hug. All right. So together, everybody achieves more. No, together, everybody achieves magic, right? We all can create magic in this team. We all are special. And you know what? If you have not been labeled as a platinum, you should take it as a challenge and say, heck, why was my name not taken? I will show everybody I am going platinum. Okay, that was me and Sid. We were always the black sheeps because we were 17 deep from your upline diamond. All right. So nobody even knew our name. So if we could do it, all of you guys can just pull things apart and push things apart. Okay. So understand that new year, September is the beginning of the new year. So let bygones be bygones, new vigor, new energy, new perspective, new habits. All right. As you change the habits will change you. All right. And how do you do that? Little things. All right. When you think it, ink it. What do you mean by that? When an idea comes to your mind, immediately document it. Write it down. And that means every night before you go to bed, you have to ink your thoughts for the day, the thoughts for the next coming day. All right. And I have started to do that, throughout the day. If somebody just asks you, okay, how was your day? Sometimes you're so jumbled up in your head, you don't know what to say because you were not focusing on what you were doing. So if we are focusing, then, we are actually inviting all the nerves and the neurons and all the other systems to work properly in unison. And how we can do that? By doing something different every day. Like I was reading a very interesting thing. Start brushing your teeth with an opposite hand. Okay, we brush, of course, the lefties, this is your natural, but start it with the opposite hand. Why? Somebody was saying, if you are walking like this, start walking backwards. Why? Because you're doing something different. You're exercising your brain, your subconscious mind, you're doing something different. And that brings you into the momentous feeling or the momentous position wherein you understand that you're alert. And when you're alert, you have the energy. The business is just a piece of cake, let me tell you. It is all because, all of us are doing something else. We are either studying and doing a job or doing whatever. So it's the laziness which kicks in, in the evening. So that is what we need to beat. If we can just beat that, if we can just understand that we have to put in that 2 hours every day, all of you guys can go platinum in a year's time. I can guarantee you, because A to B to C, A to B does not take long. It's B, the journey starts at B, and that is up to you. What do you do with that? How you bring yourself to that position of B. All right. And you need to be completely pure and transparent, okay, without any agenda. Loving, self-servicing. Sometimes you have to service more than needed. Like, I liked what Sandeep was talking about. This lady came over, took 1 hour of her time, did not give any orders. It has happened to me umpteen numbers of times. I don't even remember how many times. But you know what? If you believe in sowing and reaping, you just keep sowing with the purity of the heart. Leave the reaping to God. The reaping has to happen. Okay. So some of the things, I was just going through, which I found very exciting. Let me just share it with you. All right. So how to bounce back. And I loved it because all of you are superstars. You just have to bounce back. This team needs to bounce back and create an energetic team back. And also we have to prove ourselves in the Brit Worldwide Forum as the next happening Canadian team. Enough is enough. Enough are the times when we sit at the backstage and applaud for other people. And the diamonds from the United States are coming and capturing the Canadian market. Is that fun, guys? Is that fun? We are the Canadians and we need to capture the market. We have to take it on a stride. And, this is a beautiful thing, a beautiful competition, all right, a healthy competition. And here, more lives you touch, more growth you will experience. Okay. So bad times don't last. Things always get better. Other people can help if you let them. So you have to ask for help. Okay. That means what Gurjot talked about, communication. Smita talked about communication. So you know what, if you're going through stuff, your upline is not a boss, your upline is a friend first. So, and so is your downline. So we have to basically create that united bond. All right. Unhelpful thinking makes you feel more upset. Okay. Don't just dwell on the negatives. Just snap out of it. Okay. So what I do is I just say, okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next. I just snap out of it. I'm not God. I get negative feelings a lot of times, but I am intentional. Okay. I know Harani was making fun of me the other day. Or Roop just, does so many jumping jacks before she gets into the open meeting. And that is true. Sometimes if I'm not feeling that energetic, how do I give energy if I don't have the energy? I do that. All right, do jumping jacks, or, sometimes you don't have time, just do some burpees, just exercise for 5 minutes. The 10th core step is exercise in this team. Meditation, breathing, exercise. That is the 10th core step, and that is another thing this team needs to grow. Hashtag healthy team Ganguly. I talked about this last year as well, this year as well. Hashtag team Ganguly. Everybody's talking about health sessions, health consultations. Heck, I'll not be giving tips to all of you. I'll be only giving tips to the 300 PV and up after this session. And I'll be really talking about how I do my health consultations. All right. Anyway, nobody's perfect, not you or others. Concentrates on the positive, no matter how small, even if, nothing good happened today. But still, there has to be somewhere, something you can be appreciative about. So understand what you appreciate appreciates. Okay. What you appreciate appreciates. Understand that. Everybody experiences sadness, changes, hurt, failure, rejection, and setbacks sometimes. They are a normal part. Try not to personalize them, because nothing is personal. No problem is personal. No problem is constant. And no problem is, if you're facing problems in one aspect of your life, that does not mean that you are a failure. Okay? So do not personalize anything. That problem is only in that aspect of your life. So you can be good or you can be better in other aspect of your life so that the other problem gets diminished in nature. All right? Blame fairly. How much of what happened was because of you, others, bad luck, or circumstances? Understand, let's not play blame game. Let's take the higher road. Okay, even if you're not sorry, that's my policy. Even if I'm not, in the business, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. Nothing, nothing goes. One of my, hair is not getting bad or getting gray. Accept the things you can't change, but try to change what you can first. Okay? Accept the things you cannot change. So if you really cannot change something, accept it, but try your level best. Catastrophizing exaggerates your worries. Don't believe the worst possible picture. Sometimes little things happen. Like say you had 1,000 PV leg, and that 1,000 PV leg, something happens to that, and the 1,000 PV disappears from your business. And you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? As it is that your business has come down. Now, by feeling bad about the business, you go down more, and then all kinds of things keeps happening in your mind, and 5 days are gone. All right? So it might have just taken 10 minutes of your time to make 3 fresh contacts. Instead of that, you spend 5 days worrying about what happened. Okay? So that is why monthly goals are so important. Monthly goal boils down to daily goals. You win the day, you win the week. You win the week, you win the month. You win the month, and that's how you win the year. You understand? So you have to win the day. Keep things in perspective. Very important. It is one part of your life and doesn't have to spoil everything else. Okay? Why people give up? People give up due to these things: expecting fast results, stop believing in themselves, get stuck in the past. They just get stuck as if, it's a quicksand. Dwell on mistakes. Forgive yourself. We all have made mistakes. All right? Look at the mirror and say, I'm sorry, I am better today. I am better today. And that is why, as you will not let others judge you, my humble request, you don't judge others as well. People do change. Maybe people have created some errors before, but that doesn't mean that that person will keep on making the same mistakes over and over. Forgive and forget. Fear the future. Never fear the future. In fact, embrace the future. Be excited about the future. Resisting change. Why do you resist change? Yesterday I was talking to Smita. I said, all right, we are 50 plus. So what? Our life starts now. Our life starts now. Okay? So we have to, show by example that 50s is the new 40s, 40s is the new 30s, and it's all in the mind. And that is why we need to do something new, as I was saying, constantly, do something new, learn something new. Like, people who follow me on Instagram, I got into water, and water is something I was like really, really afraid of. Okay. So I faced my fear. Okay. Give up their power. Believe in their weaknesses. Feel the world owes them something. Okay. The world doesn't owe you anything. All right. Do not expect anything. Just keep working what is in your favor and what you can. Fear failure more than desire success. Never visualize what is possible. Feel they have something to lose. Overwork. All right. Never overwork. Just mix pleasure, because pleasures are so important. Me time is so important. I don't have to give stories after stories, but, remember the guy was cutting the wood, and the other one was sharpening the tool and then cutting the wood. Who was getting more probability or more productivity? The one who was sharpening the axe. So that is what it is. Please go, in our organization, You are free to watch Netflix, you're free to go for walks, you're free to watch movies, do it, because that will refresh you, but not at the core hours. Okay, so you need to know that you need to go back to Atomic Habits again, because it's the beginning of the new year. I would highly encourage, go back to the book Atomic Habits and understand you have to reward yourself once you have achieved something. Keep a goal. When you've achieved that, give yourself a reward. Watch a Netflix, go for a movie. Okay, assume their problems are unique. Nobody's problem is unique. If you have faced it, somebody else is facing worse. See failure as the signal to turn back. Okay, failure is not a signal. Some of us, we actually give excuse. That's so abominable. We give excuse in the God's name. We say, oh, it's failure. Maybe God is giving me a sign that this business is not meant for me. Let's not act God. All right. The whole fact that the business is in front of us, and God has blessed us with 2 hands, with 2 legs, and a brain to think. That means that failures come to teach us a lesson, as long as we are ready to learn from the failures and feel sorry for themselves. That is the worst thing you can do. All right. Never, ever feel sorry for yourself. In fact, you say, I'm the blessed one, I'm the cherished one. God is blessing me. God loves me. Miracles are happening in every aspect of our lives. So thank you, guys. Loved sharing the slides with you. I just found the slides so beautiful. That's why I shared. And of course, now time for the winners to come in. But before I go, I give it back to Sheila to close the meeting.
Hey, thank you so much. Sidhanup, whenever you talk, you're so inspiring, amazing. So I just wanted to say for the new people, most of you guys probably know this, these 2 books have really helped me. How to Make Small Talk by Melissa Wadsworth and How to Start a Conversation and Make Friends by Don Gabor. Excellent, excellent books and easy reading. They're not hard to read. You can talk to your upline. They'll know where to get it for you. And I learned something today, like, you could be the best salesman. You can sell ice to a penguin, but you have to go to the penguin. Penguin's not going to come to you. So get out there, 6 more days, and then Happy New Year to everybody. For those 300 and less, I apologize. You guys will have to leave now. This is a night owl for 300 and up, but we hope to see you there next month.